Hi, good evening, guys. I'm just sharing the link. Give me one moment. Hmm. Let me share the screen. Hi, Vani. Hi, Devinder. Hi, Yog. Hi, Prakash, Ashish, Raghu, Lalita, Justin, Satish, Neil, Kunal, Kamal, Sasrikal, Devinder, Sasrikal. Good evening, guys. I hope you had a great weekend. And all the kids, they have started the school back. So most likely every one of you will be very busy. Let's see what's in store for us for today. I'm just setting up my screens so that I can do one more thing. All right, everything is good. Hi, Jeremy. Hi, Shrikant. Hi, Sven. Hi, Kohli. Hi, Jay, Lagan, Tarish, Manju, Raj, Jay, Lal, Praveen. Good evening. So we have good gathering Sunday night. That's good. So all right, let's start from the scans. Okay, let's start from 34 crossing 12. Baba is negative, FTX is negative. Do we have Baba in my list? Baba is 34 crossing 12. Negative. SPX above ask flow. I'll check. I'll check. But 46 million for SPX is not a big number. Hi Sandeep. Hi Prakash. Hi Sham. Srini Nilesh. Good evening, guys. FTX I don't have in the list. Anything which is turning positive. 12 crossing 34. Microsoft and Meta. So Microsoft was already a positive for me. So 12 crossing 34. 12 space 34. Microsoft Meta is 1234. Okay, let's do some inside days. Wow, so many inside days. Come on. And this week we have numbers from Adobe, from Oracle. So Meta is inside day. Meta is inside day. Many factors. UN AMAT is inside day. And we have the IPO this week. So it's going to be interesting. I am not picking any of them. This is good. Let's check out on inside week if we have anything on the inside week. Everything is inside week. Google, Amazon, boom. So Google is inside week. IW. Amazon is IW. CRM is IW. Tesla is IW. So many inside week. So most likely we are going to have some big move coming into the direction. Yeah, all is good. Let's try some candle patterns. Bearish candle patterns. On daily, none. Bullish candle patterns. None. Hi, Vishal. So all in all, there's not much. Let's see, open, high, low on Friday, if it has anything. Google had, not Google, Goog. Scare was dumped. ITSI was dumped. Not a good option for us. All right, let's start then. Yes. And I have started to think one more thing. I should start posting these charts onto Twitter, because this will help people with the comments. So yes, we have switched from September to now December series. So if you are in your ES, previously it was ESU 23, now it will be ESZ 23. These are annotations which are used to show you the months and the year. So U is 23 is September and Z 23 is December. Same thing if you go to Crude, Crude will have a different one. Crude right now is running with V, natural gas with V, and gold and silver with gold with Z and silver with Z. So these keep on changing. So all the levels we are going to talk about December futures now. September futures are still valid and they are applicable until Friday. If you want to use them, we could use them. But then in that case, I have to put ESU 23. So this is Friday's, this is like future which is going to expire on this Friday. On Friday at 4 p.m., this future, which is ESU 23, will become equal to SPX. ESZ 23, which is now with some premium, will be SPX plus 40 to 50 points. In the next 3 months, these 40 to 50 points will fade away. So if you want to try some options based on this and have patience, you can eat these 50 points on SPX. But that's a long trade. Coming back to ES now. All my levels will be applicable on December 1. The previous one will be gone. So on Friday, we saw a good struggle at 44.58 area. We finally managed to close above it. It's still dodgy. And now we are back to that 45.20 area and we have a gap to fill. This gap is because we switched from U to Z. This gap may not be visible on SPX, but this gap will be there on ES. So keep an eye that 45.20 is a very important area. 45.20 was an area where we got rejected last time. Now here we are into 2 or 3 important things. First one is CPI coming on Wednesday. Then we have consumer CPI, PPI follow with consumer sentiments. Then we have ARMS IPO, which will have some impact on the chips. And then we have crude and dollar and yields, all pointing weaknesses. The crude is right now, if we go to crude, hi Devdutt, hi Roy. So crude, you see, it's actually making a very nice bull flag. The tops are being controlled, so as the bottoms, but the body is very tight. So you can say it's a triple inside day. If crude breaks out from here, it will be a massive, massive move. All right. So keep an eye on crude. If it holds 86, I don't have any resistance whatsoever until 100. I expect this to do a massive breakout on crude. Same thing I'm watching as gold. Gold is holding the bottom, but it's ready for a massive morning star. We came down from 80 to 40. Now we have a hammer. If we can take out 1951, then crude will run. And in between, Japan is buying a lot of gold. China is also buying a lot of gold. They are just booking gains into US treasuries. This is not going to end really well. So I don't know when, but pictures are getting ready for a big, big critical thing to happen. All right, so let's go into ES and let's see. So ES is 4520. So now taking into consideration September, not December futures. So 4520 is my stop loss. Okay. If I have to go long, I would only try long above 4520. So buy only above 4520. If it crosses 4520, you will not even have to worry about the stop loss. Targets will be 4530, 4547. And then 4560. I'll just mention December futures. Now, if you want to try short, stop loss is again 4520, but you should short it right underneath this area. This was the area which was acting as support. So 4510, if it loses, we'll go short. Sell below, and the sentiment is still very clear. Sell is the theme. And I see 100 people. Thank you very much for joining in, guys, on the weekend and a little late. Now we have this gap needs to be filled. So buy above this line, sell below this line. Okay, this gap needs to be filled. All right, let me just take a picture. And close it, post it right there on ES. It didn't came with, because many people have asked me to hold on to these comments because they find it useful. So I'm just trying to take a snap, easier to take, and post it right away. All right. So we need to fill this gap. Okay. I don't have any resistance. So 4480 will be my first area of fill, and then 4458. 4480 and 4458. If we lose 4458, things will be tough. Hi Raghu, hi KS. Things will be tough. Okay. Now, as of now, we are far away from the EMAs. So as I explained you that if we are far away, we should see when we can touch the EMAs. This becomes a little wrong because now we are moving into a new month candle. So that's why this gap is a gap in ES of this quarter, but not in September. So it's a little complicated in terms of chart, but that's the gap. Just be mindful of that. So we need to fill this gap. Probability of filling is much, much higher. And let's go to the book map. Let's look at the book map. If book map shows us the buyers and sellers around 45.10, and then let's see 44.80 or something. No, right now the concentration is right in this zone. The book map 44, like 45.12, we have a lot of buyers, and then at 45.05. So this is book map. It's not showing us a little like big range. VWAP is around 45.13 if you are using VWAP, but this is a very tight range for ES. Doesn't give us a clear picture. So I'm going to avoid this. I'll go back into levels just to make sure. I'm short. December future has a gap to fill. While future switch. NQ. And again, you need to remember these Fibonacci levels will not change. Fibonacci levels will still be the same, even if we have switched onto the futures. So it is appearing to be an inside day breakout, and we are like 200 points up, but practically we are not, because if I go back to U23, it's right there. We are still in that inside zone. So in this case, you will see NDX chart much better than NQ chart. But again, we'll keep an eye on the levels. 535, 530 was a previous area. 545, which was of tough resistance. So I'm going to keep 15.545 as my resistance. Buy above this if it sustains. Try and buy above this area. Target will be 15.606, 15.745. That's my NQ area, 15.606. And then this one is 655. And the middle where we found was 745. So if I draw some annotations to give you an idea. So once we cross this line, 550, we can hit this one and we can hit 745. On the downside, we need to fill the gaps of 462 and then 350, 349 area. These are the levels to test. This is also a 38.2 Fibonacci. So if we fill the gap, that will be really, really good. Again, let me just take a screenshot of these two only. I'm not going to cover every ticker, but these two, NQ and ES. And you can refer them right there. So let's go to the downside levels, 462 and 350. 462, 15,462, 15,350. Stop loss 15,545. Sell below 15,500. Same thing, December futures, and we switched. So logic will not work. But if you look at SPX, if you look NDX or the previous month futures, a previous quarter future, you should be fine. Triple Q, it will remain the same. So triple Q, my head and shoulder thing is still intact. It will only fail if we are able to break 380. All right, so as of now, this is still intact. The long-term view, if we lose 367, I would not 367, 362. I'll mark this as a breakdown, and then we can actually go to 335, 340. There's a massive gap on triple Q, which needs to be filled right here. So 330 gap, do not underestimate this. This gap will be filled. The head and shoulder is still shoulder 1, head, shoulder 2 is still intact. Only thing is break below. If we break below this area, 350, 750, downside is much, much bigger. Okay, this was not evident in NQ because of the futures gap, but this is very clear on triple Q. Where is the mouse? Let's make the levels now. Clear this annotations. So triple Q, the important area is 374. Okay, even on Friday, it attempted 374, could not break it. It's a 38.2 Fibonacci area. For 374, if we hold, then only we should go long. So triple Q 374, 372.5 is your 38.2 Fibonacci. So it is very important. Once we cross 38, we'll have an open sky. But right now, it's struggling to cross 374. It's taking the support of the 12 EMA, so it's good. So if you want to short, I will say short below 370.50. 370.50. Stop loss is 372.50 because that's our 12 EMA coming into work. 367.50 is the stop, and then 362.63. Okay, 364. So it has one flat top on Heikin Ishii. Let's see how many flat top it has on. So it has lost the flat top. So practically there's no flat top now. So flat top is gone. It's near 38.2 Fibonacci. Back tested. EMA and 34 EMA. These are actually positive points. So I'm going to put it over there. Mark them into green color and see. So for triple Q, my levels are fine. ESNQ, we discussed those levels. Let's jump on to Apple. So Apple is, for me, is still the game. Apple, again, it made a dodgy, bouncing from 173 to right here, 180.35, which was my area, and it bounced. The trend is negative. 34 is leading the 12. The trend is negative, and if you look into Heikin-Ishi candles, you'll see that there is a flat top. Yes, it has not made a new low, but if market has to give up or market has to fill those gaps, Apple will have to give up a lot. I am really worried about Apple's September 12 event. I think it could be sell off like it always does. So I'm inclined towards short, sell below 177.30, which is my 38.2 Fibonacci. So I'm going to write sell below 38.2% Fib, which is 177.30. Yes. Copy. Can try long for this. I think we should fill the gap on September 12 event. We have this gap which we have managed to hold on to for quite a while. So this gap needs to be filled. Gap fill is a requirement. Now this is dodgy. And I told you, whenever there is a dodgy, what we were doing, we were trying to jump and then we made a dodgy. So we are confused. So direction is right there. 173, one target 1 and target 2. That is Apple for me. I hope like with all these annotations very clearly, I'm just giving you a clear idea of how to use them. Because sometimes people get confused on how to use these charts. But I'm just sharing whatever I can. Just take 1 second for me to paste it. So the levels are fine, 173. And then I think by the end of this week, Apple should be 165. I don't think this is going to sustain above that area. AMAT. AMAT on Friday, it made an inside day. It's between the 12 and 34. Now, let's look at the flow for AMAT because AMAT is getting really interesting. I'm going to jump on AMAT to see if we have any flow. I was checking on AMAT and I see that there's hardly any. So 140 and 147 put. Somebody is trying to make their 140 puts cheaper. Nothing interesting on AMAT at all in terms of flow. So what we can do is we should go and look at Heikin-Ishi. It's telling us negative trend as of now. So we'll take that. AMAT is inside day down. That's what AMAT is. We are not taking the positive side. We are taking the inside day. Stop loss is 12 EMA, which is right there. Usually when you're doing the AMAT thing or inside day, always try to see if you can break above this or break below this so that it can follow. Right now we have a gap. So potential is we might, if we see a positive outlook on the ARMS IPO and chips are showing some strength, we could actually go and fill this gap. Otherwise, we might struggle. Okay, so for me, I'm going to take negative because the Heikin-Ishi is telling me that. So sell below 146. Stop loss is 147. I'm looking at the bottom of this candle, 143.85, and then 142. So Apple is right there. AMD on Friday did both things. Like it tried to hit 110 area and then came back. So this equation, right? AMD try long above 107.6 to 109. It did that, and it also did 107 below and tested 105. So it's getting very, very weird on AMD. The price action is really, really like bad. Also, if you look at the weekly candles, it's struggling really hard here. 111 is really a pain point. For 2 times, it came near 99, or you can say 34. Last 2 times, it came right there, and then we saw massive move up. This time we tried, but we could not. So I would say it needs to show some level of strength somewhere. If ARM's IPO is showing strength, chips may get some relief on the higher side. Otherwise, it's still the same. Like it's inside weak, not inside it down, but it's getting into very, very tight zone. I still want to try this piece, long piece, because every time it comes into 106, 105 area, it gives you that option to try long. But keep an eye. If it comes here 104, that should be your like 104. That should be a really, really good area to try long. So 104. Amazon is positive. So Amazon, I have been suggesting to go long on and on and on, and it is performing really nicely. From 134, it gave you that opportunity on Friday, on Thursday. Friday, it also gave you an opportunity. It's balancing very nicely. It's from a candle pattern point of view, it's not showing you anything. But let's look at the high Kinishi. It's like a flat base, first green flat. So net intent is positive. Stop loss is 136.50. That's the 12 EMA. And if we can buy near 137, oh, 137 will be very tight. That should be a good stop loss zone. If we can buy near 137, 137.80, buy near 137.80. Target this time is, the high here is 140.7. Once we break this, 145. I'm really bullish on Amazon since 134 area. Baba, let me just check what's happening in Baba in Chinese market. We have BA as well. So let me just check Baba on Webull. One second. Baba should be 88.24. It's at 87.50. Baba announces change of chairman and CEO of Alibaba Cloud. So let's see how the market reacts to that. But 87.25 is a very, very important area. So if it holds this base 88, 89, I think we'll see some serious up move on Baba. Because as per the ADR pricing, it was supposed to be at 88.25. Right now it's 87.50. It's like about 75 cents down. So that comes about like 89.25. If it holds that area, 89.25, I think Baba is really good, a good potential to add. So I'm keeping this right there. 87 is my last wall for Baba. If it loses 85, then that's it. There's no point. Boeing from 222, lost of 222, we saw all the way to 211 area. Now 211 area is an area where it has found some, like, exactly the area where it struggled. So it may remain choppy. So I'm gonna ignore BA for now. And I'm gonna pick up CAT. CAT is much better poised than Boeing. CAT is holding, like, it's an inside day. CAT is holding the 12 EMA. All it needs is a push. A high above, like 3 days, it's consolidating, making very tight range. So instead of BA, I am doing CAT, and I'm positive on CAT. My stop loss, if you want to take, is 280. My targets on CAT are, I need to make some new levels for CAT. So guys, just look at the new levels which I'm creating. I'm gonna cancel the extensions. Cancel the extensions. And I'm gonna start from, this is my chart from October to October. Okay, that's the 1 year chart. First, I'm gonna pick my regression channel. To the low of this, I'm gonna make right there. Now this chart is clearly telling me it's a move of extensions. I should start from here, take to the top, bring it to the bottom, and let's right click and fill the numbers properly. So the low here is 160.6. Yes. I make them so that my numbers from the Fibonacci comes out right. The high here is 266.04. And the low here is 2404. You need not to be so finicky like I am, but it really, like, gives you good confidence into your numbers. And let's see whether we are right or not. This was 23.6 Fibonacci. Once it cleared, it faced resistance at 38.2. You can see the base right there. It's fine. 61. Look at this magic number. It's holding it like a charm, 269. So this is a beautiful 61.8. Now, if we break above this, usually once we cross 68, we should hit 100. So I am looking forward on 100 on Caterpillar. 310 is my target on Caterpillar. Right now it's 282. That's about 28 points. If you want to try, but it's telling me 310 is coming on Caterpillar. So Cat is positive. My targets are 287. And then the all-time high, 293.88. Buy near 282. That's my positive. See, always test whether the Fibonacci levels which you have created is doing something nice or not. CRM CRM, we saw it managed to hit 21 and now it hit 225.60. Same concept. It held the 61.8 Fibonacci, which is 221, trying to break 225. Now, if we break 225, 231 is the answer. 61.8 to 100, that's the journey. Same thing, 61 to 38. So let's look into CRM. Now, stop loss, see, it has actually moved a lot. So if I look at, there is a small gap. Yes, 222.75 should be your stop loss, because in case it drops, that fills the gap. And then if you can buy near 224, that should be really good. CRM is a good setup. I am ready to give it blue shade. Like, you remember we talked about Snow, we talked about Zscaler. All of them, they really, really moved well. Now, Intel, Google. Google. Same thing. Amazon and Google, they are doing really good. Both tested 38.2 Fibonacci, 133, above 135.50 close. A very nice close on the weekly side as well. It's inside week, Google. If we can break over 137, it will see 145. So any buy near 135 is really amazing on Google. Google is positive. It's inside week. It has back tested 12 EMA. Now it needs to break higher. Stop loss is 135.50. Try to buy near 136, 36.50. $137, 140, yeah, the levels are good on Google. Then I have Intel, INTC. Intel weekly candle is massive, so I'm going to ignore it. Come back to Intel made a doji at the top. Where is the doji? Again, 61.8 Fibonacci, 38.0. This doesn't look nice. If we lose 38, we might come down and make an evening star. So if it does not hold onto 38, it is an evening star. So Intel, I'm going to mark this as neutral. Everybody is calling Intel is positive, fine. But for me, Intel is a potential evening star. If 38 is lost, look for 37.40, 37. And then there's a gap as well, right? 36. Potential towards 36. So I'm mentioning all these areas. So INTC is neutral. If it holds 38, then it's fine. But if it loses, then it is negative. So it's in the red. Meta. Meta is getting very tight. Like it's getting so tight that if it loses this time, this 290 6 area, it's going to hit 271 straight. It will not stop. Meta is getting really, really, really tight. So if Meta is there, I would like to keep my 296 below, 296.5 below. Stop loss is a problem for Meta. It moves really, really fast. So if I want to keep stop loss, 299, 291, which is right there. Then 288, which is the area where it found the support. So 288 and then 274. I'll go for 288, 274. Buy only, like if you really want to buy only above. Because these tech stocks are really, really tight. But if you're really interested, buy only above 301. Microsoft. So Microsoft finally started to show some strength. We anticipated a breakout 335. It did not. It's still holding, but Microsoft is showing some strength. If Apple has to show weakness, Microsoft will cover it. So it's a bullish candle, Microsoft. So from neutral, I am finally positive on. It's a inside week. Let's say what happened to the weekly candle. Weekly candle is inside day breakout. So inside week breakout on Microsoft. So Microsoft will also be one of my positive trades. 12 cross 34 on daily. So now all the resistance area which was previous should act as support, which is 332 is my stop loss. I want to buy above 335.30. If we can do that, 338, that's the first target. And then we should hit this area of 343. That's Microsoft. Microsoft is also showing some positive signs. Then I have my Netflix. Netflix is getting so tight into the range. Like if you look at the weekly ranges, it's like making higher high and then it's making a hammer at the top on the weekly, which is never a bullish sign. It's, you see, we do not have a weekly close above 446. 38.2, it's a weekly close. 1 attempt, 2 attempt, 3 attempt, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 446 is really, really solid area of resistance. Maybe 8 times there's a charm, but as of now, 446 is getting really tight. Let me just check its flow on Netflix if we have any meaningful flow. This is a butterfly, 450, 80, broken butterfly, right? No, this is a spread, 4718. People are selling calls. Yeah, 470 calls are being sold right there. 465, 450, 470. Let's see if we have multiples of them. If we have multiples, then this is the problem. No. It's a single. These puts are. So Netflix is somehow. Yeah, Netflix is showing some level of weakness. Like it's a hammer on the weekly, 446. So I'm going to take a chance in Netflix. Finally, I'm reducing it to neutral because it tried multiple times to break out. It did not. So go long if 446.5 holds for 457.5. Otherwise, I'm selling. Sell near 443 to 445. Stop loss 446.5. Target is 435, 429. So Apple, AMD, Meta, Netflix, they may not do well tomorrow. Nvidia, I'll just sell this shit. It's holding 456, like close below this area, close below 12 EM and 34 EM. I think we should see this gap 435 and then go down. I'm not positive. I'll be positive on Nvidia if it manages 469, about 12 EMA. As of now, I'm negative on Nvidia. So sell here, sell below 456. And it closed at 456. Stop loss, I'll keep 459. Target for me is 445, 435. Inside week, it was still inside week, double inside week. It's negative. That's NVIDIA. Snow is the setup which we were talking about. Bang, bang, massive move up. So we were talking about this. The only problem is now the gap is really, really high on snow, and snow usually fills the gap very quickly. So I really want to see if it can come down to 160 area, or if it hold, like it's a dodgy at this time. Okay, and if market reverses, it might cool off very quickly. There is bullish flow for it. So either it needs to cross 167, it can go to 178. But as of now, I see I'm a little like puzzled here whether should I go long or should I wait. Stop loss is 162. Snow is positive. Stop loss is 162 for sure. I will say buy in dip if it comes. $164, 165. Target 167 point something. 170, 178. If you get a dip on snow, just buy it. Then I have Tesla. Now, Tesla is getting very tight. Like this, if you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 candles, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it will break from this zone. So let's get into a weekly candle into Tesla. It's getting really, really tight. Okay. Now, when we have a really, really tight candle, something like this, we can see a massive move. So positive or a negative, I really don't know. But from a trend point of view, Tesla is struggling hard. So if it loses 244, 245, or 242 practically, that will be it. Otherwise, if we can cross 253, no, 250 to 50 by about 250, 250, you will see like it's not triple day, it's quad inside day. And inside week. So it's gonna be tough for Tesla. Like if it crosses 252.4, it can actually reach 265. Potentials are there. But problem is the news Tesla is too high. It looks positive overnight and then in the morning it just gives up line a straight line. If it loses 245, it's a clear sell. So the levels are right there. Same. Zoom. Zoom did a bearish engulfing. It is going to come and I think we can get rid of Zoom. It's not working. So it's done. We may add something else into Zoom. We'll add Adobe because it has or Oracle. Zscaler. Zscaler started some move on Friday, but then it made a dodgy. It should hold this area 160. We should buy about 161. Everything else on Zscaler is same. Oracle, I really want to add. There were many upgrades in Oracle. Oracle is showing some strength. And it's absolutely holding this area. Previous earnings, it was like there was a gap and then it went up to 127 the next 2 days after the earnings. Since then, it managed to hold. So now I'm going to cut this and I'm going to make some new levels on Oracle. Again, I'm going to click cancel the extension so that we have beautiful clean chart. Go to study drawings, go to regression channel. Start from the bottom area all the way top. Now we need to see where we saw a big move. So we went from here, went to the up. No, this will not make sense. I think this area will be much better. I'm trying to find area which is near to my regression channel, and like this is the cleanest one. So let's go for it. Let's see if we are making right. No, it's a bigger range, so I don't need this. I need to try this one. Yes. So let's check 38.2, 122.60. It was held, struggled here, 118 area. Good. So this looks good to me. So if we can hold 125.25, stop loss is 125.25. We should be aiming for 130, 134, 129.80, 135. This has earnings this week, so it's going to be really important. But for me, it's a positive setup, and buy above 126.25. All right, guys. Any questions anybody has? I can give 5 minutes, 5-10 minutes, because I have to sleep and get ready for my work for tomorrow. So I'm pasting the link. If interested, please join. In between, I'll AMC was a 7 stop loss, so it's still there. 720. It's still there. Anybody who wants to join, I've shared the link. You can jump onto the Zoom call. All right. If nobody is joining, thank you very much. Have a good night. I'll see you tomorrow. And guys, tomorrow I'm also bringing Gavin. He's from Australia, but he do really interesting option strategies. And he'll be sharing some strategies with you, especially in this volatile market, how to make sure you save your money, how to use which strategy and when. So please join tomorrow. All right. Thank you for joining in tonight. Have a good night. Bye-bye.